Hi, I'm Anita of my Duke and I podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a marvelous day. And if you're seeing the show for the very first time and you like what you see, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you will be the first to know. Well, Camilla has reared her ugly head, and it was certainly not a good look. This woman, who the royal family has been trying to push on the public, who they've been trying to get the public to accept, who will never be Diana and will never be liked like Diana. I don't know who in the royal family had the bright idea of sending Camilla out to engage with children of color. Here she is going out there to give out all the Paddington bears that they had gotten during the time the Queen died. And I always say children and animals are a good judge of people's character. Because when you see animals backing away from a person or cowering because they've seen a person, that animal knows. That animal knows that this person is no good and that person has a black heart. The same thing children do. When Camilla went into that facility to hand out the bears, she saw a little black child. And just as I said, the child had her head down. The child was unresponsive to Camilla. Now, the normal thing that anybody would do is maybe take their finger and put in the child's hand, shake the child's hand, because it's a small child. Or they would do something silly or try to make a joke to get the child to laugh, to warm up to the child. The child wasn't responding to Camilla. So what did Camilla do? She went and she took her two fingers, her thumb and her index finger, and just like you would pick up a dirty socks on the floor or some dirty underwear and put it in your washing machine, that's how Camilla picked up the child's sleeve and lifted it up with her hand. That was rude. How dare you treat black children like that? And this is not the first time. I am tired of how the royal family goes about and dehumanizing people of color. When Kate and William went to Jamaica, they did the same thing. There was a woman who reached out her hand to Kate, and Kate held her hand to her body like if it was an alien that she had encountered. They were greeting people behind fences like caged animals. William was on top of a throne while black people were carrying him. The Princess of Kent, or whatever her name is, she was going to an event knowing that Meghan was there, and she had to put a brooch that symbolized racism. How much can people take from the royal family? These are the same people, when they finish, they go to events pretending that they're on the side of black people. They give speeches in Birmingham where they don't belong. And I have been saying for the longest time, it is time for people of color to say no to the royal family. When they come around or they ask to participate in their events, they should respectfully decline. It's about time. I am tired of the royal family dehumanizing people of color. Enough is enough. And it is about time that the Commonwealth nations sever ties with Great Britain and the monarchy. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. When we see Harry out there with children of color, he treats them like his own. When we see Meghan with children of color, she hugs them. She kisses their hand. She treats them with dignity and respect. Diana, children were clamoring to hug Diana, to touch her hair, to kiss her. She held them with such dignity and love and compassion. And here you have these members of the royal family, those so-called, oh God, I don't want to say anything to get me in trouble, walking about acting like they are something special, dehumanizing people of color. Charles, the other day, he shook hands with everybody that he met. And this black man who stood out there for days waiting to see Charles. And guess what Charles did? He bypassed him and shook hands with everybody else. I am just tired of what I'm seeing. And I say it's time to end this monarchy. These people are tone deaf and they are racist. And you know, a lot of people, particularly Angela Levin, and they say birds of a feather flock together. She said that Meghan lied on the royal family about the racism that she experienced in the royal family. But more and more, they are showing themselves. And I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that what Meghan said is 100% true. Their behavior tells me that they are racist. The way they dehumanize people of color tells me that they are racist. You cannot convince me otherwise, not based on what I have seen thus far. So Miss Angela Levin, who is the autobiographer of Camilla, she wrote her memoir. And as I said, birds of a feather flock together. In a statement on Twitter, she said, in response to somebody who posted something about Meghan and the award that she's getting from the Kennedy family, she posted this in response to somebody's tweet. The tweet said, "Look how white Meghan's skin color looks." What kind of nonsense is that? Who talks like that? Why do you have to refer to somebody's skin color when you talk about them? Are you not seeing the person? Are you only seeing their skin color? Why do you have to refer to that? I said birds of a feather flock together. Who wrote Camilla's memoir? Angela Levin. This is another thing she said. She said, "Is Harry going to show his comic side by copying Meghan and show he too can eat like a chimp?" So are you indirectly calling Meghan a chimp, Angela? How dare you make a statement like that? Now, people got really angry about that on Twitter. And one of the things that they were calling for is all the networks out there and the media that she frequents, that she goes on, whether it's television shows and articles or whatever she writes or whatever shows she participates in, they're calling them to sever ties or to say something about somebody that they constantly having as a commentator on their shows. She needs to go. You cannot be peddling racism out there and go on television on these networks and represent them. These networks, they have to say something. They have to do something because they are complicit. They are enablers. And something has to be done. Somebody said on Twitter that despite of they having Angela Levin, that they have their, the royal family have their, the news media out there peddling their hate. One thing that they don't have is Black Twitter. And no British tabloid, news organization, or royal family can beat that. And thank God that Meghan and Harry have that support. They have the support of the Black community. And every time Camilla raises her ugly head, we're going to come for her. We are going to put her on blast. We're going to drag her. We're going to put them on the under the microscope. We're going to put them on the PA system. We are going to drag them like old clothes. And that child's mother should be asking that institution for an apology. She should have gone to, if whether it was a daycare or a preschool, and asked those people for an apology for her child. Because her child did not have to be treated the way Camilla treated her child. That was rude. You don't touch people's children. And I'm telling you, I'm a mom of 4. You come for my children, you best believe you've come for me. When it comes to my children, I don't mess with people's children. That's one thing I've always said. I respect people's children. I'm a teacher. I respect kids. And I don't go for people's children. I don't talk about people's children. But if you dare come for my kid, you're going to meet a force. You're going to meet a wall, because it's not going to end pretty. And that woman has to ask for an apology from the royal family. She needs to put them on blast. Okay? That was rude. It was very rude. And we are, you know, the funny thing about it is that God doesn't like ugly, because the thing about it is that they're trying so hard. They know they're guilty about something. They know that they have treated Meghan poorly, and they've, talked about Archie in a way that would make anybody want to flee their institution. They've talked about him in a way that is racist. And what they're trying to do is to go back and rewrite history. But the cat is already out of the bag, and there's nothing that they can do. So all they're doing is trying to save face, and every time they do that, they put their foot in their mouth, or they always say Kate hasn't put a foot wrong, but all they're doing is putting their feet wrong. We have seen it time and time and time again. Even the other day when they had that state dinner with the president of South Africa, instead these people come out with their humble self and show some solidarity with the UK population. What did they do? They draped themselves with diamonds. They had diamonds all over themselves, oozing of diamond, coming out there and talking about how they are sort of remembering the Queen. The Queen would have been smart enough to know not to come out there at this time like that. But no, Kate and Camilla, they have to come out with their tiara. They have to come out with their brooches. They have to come out with their diamonds. And tone deaf. Always putting their foot in their mouth, or putting a foot wrong. And that is karma. Karma is revisiting. Okama is visiting the royal family, and as long as they keep dehumanizing people of color, as long as they keep on doing what they're doing, I will not stop talking. I will call them out, and I don't care at this point. Disrespectful to the nth degree. Guys, bye and take care.